This is Supermonaman's channel. My reaction to Stars of RWBY fan from MCM Comic, MCM London Comic Con. Apparently it's the MCM. It's an expert group. I've never heard of it. Starting off, the ELT Eagle in the screenshot, right below the video. ELT Eagle introducing everything. That's maybe it sounds like Comic Con, so I didn't realize the yellow would be in this one. It's cool when I first saw the description. Starting in 3, 2, 1. Up. Sounds that. RWBY. Not. Yeah, you're not gonna get sick quick. Second time. Sicky up in 3, 2, 1, play.
Oh no, you're not.
Thank you for RWBY, looking for Game Fans. That's better.
Because you missed that one. It's time for RWBY.
You missed that
Can I
one.
get some cheering for RWBY?
Woo!
I'm Yeltseagle. I'm so excited to introduce some ladies that you want to talk to today. We are going to be taking questions from the audience. We have 2 mics, so feel free to cue whenever you're ready. You know them as RWBY, Weiss, Blake, and Yang. Give some applause for Lindsay, Kara, Erin, and Barbara.
Yeah.
Ladies.
Suddenly. Stop.
Join us. Have a seat, please. Hello.
I get my own.
Hello.
Hi. Thank you very much for having us. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Last fucking.
You're all here. This show is so important to so many people. And it's so important. I feel like I want to start because we're a bunch of ladies up here. I want to talk about the importance of kick butt ladies.
Kick butt. Girl power.
Yeah, you're talking about our characters. Let's be clear.
You are all kick butt ladies and you play kick butt ladies.
Thank you.
I can say that.
I feel like the
Yeah,
modern,
yeah, it's fine.
the
What's-
modern day Spice Girls.
Yeah.
What?
So tell us why it's important to you to
Why?
play such kick butt ladies.
I think the
Right.
biggest thing that's important to me is whenever we meet fans who say, hey, you know, as a female, I really identify with your character and it inspires me to move past a lot of obstacles that unfortunately do skew solely female in this world. And, you know, I don't want to say that we take credit or anything like that, but I guess it's very humbling and we're honored that we're a part of that feeling of, you know, like empowerment.
No,
I
you're
guess.
miles to fucking.
Right, absolutely. I think we can all, react as a team, and no matter, girl, boy, whoever you are, everybody has, a personality. Everybody, has to be social and learn how to deal with, their teammates and a new environment and new schools. And I think, the combat skirt's pretty cool too.
Yes.
Yeah, it's super exciting just to be in the era of girl power once again. And I'm excited to be a part of that and to be able to bring that for everyone as well.
I mean, as your mascot, the Spice Girls once said, your mascot, girl power. No, it's really cool. The thing about RWBY is that it's for girls who are just cool characters. Like the fact that they're girls is just another aspect of who they are. But they're just cool characters. They're not overly sexualized. They're not overly feminine. They're just cool, badass characters. Yeah.
Really?
I think another great part about it too is their personalities skew so differently too. It's not just carbon copy of what a blank statement of woman or girl would be. So that anyone could identify with it. It doesn't necessarily mean that as female characters you should identify as a female fan. It's like anyone could say, hey, I love Yang. Hey, I love RWBY.
Yeah, right?
I know that season
Yang, my sweet soul child.
Volume 3, Series 3, ended with a lot of changes.
I don't know what you're talking about.
What was the most
Are you-
heartbreaking moment for
Are
Volume
you purposely hiding your fucking...
For me, and I think Barbara can agree, is the end of Volume 3, Yang and RWBY's relationship hits kind of a very poignant and sad point that they've never really had before. Everything's very happy-go-lucky prior to that. And it was very heartbreaking to perform that scene. And we had people in the booth with us who were listening to our recording, and they said they got a little worked up, and we were the same way doing the performance. So that was a little sad.
Yeah, I'd say like, reading the script is a lot different. You envision it in your head, but when I got to see it at the same time y'all got to see it, and just seeing how everything came together or fell apart really in that way. That was really sad just to actually visually see it, and I cried a little bit.
Yeah.
I did.
I mean, I think the most literal
sure.
part that was really sad was the obvious one. But I just watched the Volume 3 in the theaters, and when Yang says she doesn't care that Blake's run, I was really hurt.
Oh my God.
How could you, Barbara? Mean. Yeah, I
Christ.
definitely think one of obviously the saddest moments is also a very disarming
He's hardcore.
moment.
The first hardcore.
You know,
moment.
I really got to hand it to Miles and Carrie for writing such a great scene.
The whole weekend.
No, I mean, I think obviously it takes a huge emotional turn and just story turn at the end of Volume 3 where everything kind of changes. It's not just a bunch of kids at school being happy-go-lucky. It's, you're in the real world now dealing with like some serious issues and serious problems, and you're going to have to grow.
Yeah, it's like when Cedric dies.
Yes,
It's
Jesus
the turning,
Christ.
and then he becomes a vampire. Sorry, this is a lame joke.
I got that.
Changes, did that affect your performance going into Volume 4?
Yes, with RWBY, it's interesting because outward persona for RWBY is very, again, happy-go-lucky, bubbly, like I'm going to make it work no matter what, I'm determined. But even with Volume 1, there's a lot of internal struggle because when the show starts off, it's pretty heavily implied that her mother has already passed away, and then it is confirmed later on. So now I get to deal with those emotions internally and then everything else that has happened with her family members and her friends. So the performance sounds very similar, but the motivation is definitely different now.
Fucking shit.
Right. I would definitely
through the window.
agree with Lindsay. I'd say that,
Well, more so.
when spoiler alert, everyone's already seen the end of Volume 3. When Weiss's dad comes and she goes away, it's kind of one of those things where I had to really think about, all right, usually Weiss is interacting with, her teammates, and now it's really going to be a family interaction. And it was challenging, but it's one of those things that I think everyone's really going to like, and it's to be I was going to say to be determined,
To be
but that doesn't work.
discovered.
To be, there you go,
Really?
you'll see.
I'm really appreciative of the fact that Blake is no longer just talking about how horrible things were before, and now she's actually working through what happened in her own way. Slowly but surely, she's made it. So absolutely, going in, I'm excited for more actual growth for Blake.
With Yang, obviously she experienced something in Volume 3 that affects not only her physical abilities, but just who she is as a person. I mean, she's so much connected with her fighting and her skill, and when something that's a character who needs both arms to use her weapon, now, spoiler, doesn't have one of those. Obviously you don't get over that very fast, and it takes a long time, and it could live with you for your entire life. So she's definitely going to be battling some of those emotions and those demons, but I'm hoping she can grow and move on eventually.
Well, this is I think.
It's just an arm. Get over it.
Hello.
Hello. We can hear you. I got you, boo.
I got you, boo.
I don't know if we'll be able to get everyone together for this season of the show, just because Erin lives in LA, and so she's making it hard for all of us.
I'm sorry, my life has just these two travel so much independently, but even Barbara and I are traveling all the time just to come to conventions like this and meet all of you. So as much as we would love to, it's going to be a little difficult logistically, but maybe.
It'll happen eventually. I know it's been requested a lot, and I'd love to get all of us on an episode. I think it'd be really fun.
Truthfully, I'm like super nervous about ever being on Always Open.
Why?
because I don't know how.
You don't want to talk about like butt stuff and stuff?
Yeah, it's the most chill show in the world.
I don't know if I
Chill
can
show.
just like expel.
We still have to do
haven't watched those
a
yet.
Let's Play in
I
RWBY
watched
Grim
those
Eclipse
new-
as our
new
characters too.
podcast season.
So.
Well, that podcast was-
Yeah, one person, yeah.
You mean you don't like Jeremy's wife?
Oh yeah.
I've seen that.
Michael's Yang is the best.
Hi guys, I'm Yang.
So good.
Thank you.
Hello. Hi.
In your opinion, what do you think is the most significant way the characters have developed from Volume 1 to Volume 3, aside from this method?
That's kind of like a de-involvement. Devolvement. I don't know.
Did develop.
For RWBY, and I'm sorry this is going to spoil some stuff, but she
Okay.
watches some people who are very close to her die. And that was pretty intense as an actor and again as the character itself. And I feel like I get to grow with her. And now moving into Volume 4, she's got to deal with that, and that's never going to go away.
Definitely character development as far as
Well,
you know,
that's
Weiss goes. You know, we all saw when in season 1 she wasn't very nice to everyone. You know, she was kind of in her own head, and I think now she's realizing that there's more to the world than just her world. And I think that's something that you know is really important.
Yes,
Just, you know, not only in her school interactions, but also in interactions with you know her team and how she handles different situations thrown at her.
The fact that Blake has
It's
now
not coming.
allowed herself
It's
to
not looking
trust
young.
a leader again
Yeah,
is
sorry about that.
a big deal for her, I believe. She's got a lot of trust in RWBY. And that's not something that I usually talk about or think about, to be honest.
Yeah, Blake has trust issues.
But yeah,
That's
she
Blake.
came from a really
Blake has trust issues.
horrible, oh gosh, what is it? Background effort? No. It's gone. It wasn't good,
well,
basically. And now she's okay with
I'm
having
sorry.
friends and talking about her feelings and what's actually
I'm not
happening in her
perfect.
head and trusting
I know
RWBY and just having friends. It's pretty exciting.
Her development is she likes friends.
She likes people.
I think for Yang, the biggest difference between Volume 1 and now is that in Volume 1 and 2, and most of 3, she acted as this very motherly figure who wants to protect everyone and is very confident in her abilities and
Yep.
you know, always stood up
Cat,
for
you're
people
supposed to go in the
and
bathroom.
never bit her in
Come
the
on.
ass until
like-
the end of
for you.
Volume 3
Um,
when she tried to protect someone close to her and it you know did not end up well, and I think that made her lose a lot of her spirit and who she is and just kind of
yeah, she needs to like.
made her give up a
she
little
needs
bit
to
in
build
terms of not
herself back
caring
up.
about wanting to protect anyone just
She
because
needs, like,
she
with your help
couldn't
from
and
your
she didn't think
father
that she
and
could.
possibly therapy to just give her therapy, Jesus. Or but she also needs to build herself.
Hey-o. You're
It's
good.
on.
Can you talk closer to
Yeah.
the mic?
Yeah, we need your mouth as close to the mic without touching it, please.
Yeah. Lick it. Please don't.
Now I've lost my train of thought.
Sorry.
Normally, when I meet guests as awesome as yourselves, I do like fan art for them. Is there anything that you would like someone to draw for you?
I had a very hard time hearing that. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. I didn't hear it.
I think the question is that you're very similar to the characters. Is there something that you wanted them to draw from you when they made the character? Is that correct?
Well, just fan art I would do.
Oh, fan art.
Fan art.
Literal drawing.
I want to see Weiss. Swy.
And Weiss together. Nice. I like it.
What? I don't know.
We always check out a lot of different fan art. I mean, the biggest area that I can think of right now, just off the top of my head, is like scanning the Tumblr tag for RWBY. But we see so much incredible artwork from the community
Yeah.
that it's really difficult to pick some of our favorites or anything that inspires
Oh,
us the
that's-
most. All of it is inspiring.
That's
Yeah,
great.
it's cool to see all the different styles people have when they do fan art and just how much time and effort they put into making something that you know maybe not a lot of people will see, maybe a lot of people will see, but they like are still so passionate about something and then they put all that effort into making it. And like we love looking at fan art. I know a lot of us print it out and post it on our walls and
Oh yeah.
That's,
yeah, we love it.
My bedroom is just absolutely covered in Yang fan art.
oh my
Yes.
God. Jesus Christ, Aaron.
And then one Barbara picture. Just one.
Hey-o.
In
joking about sorry.
Ruby Chibi was stupid hard.
Really? Oh man.
Well, because Blake is just so not funny.
Like,
And in Chibi,
Sorry
you
about
kind of
this.
have to be funny. And I was like, oh my, I don't know how to do this.
For me, like some of Blake's lines are the best part of RWBY Chibi for me. Like
is.
there's one episode where they go through an entire play of Little Red Riding Hood, and Blake's one-liners to Ruby are just phenomenal. Like
Yeah.
shut down,
no,
shut
sure
down,
they are.
shut down.
I'm
I'll
pretty
not hear
brilliant.
bring up
I love RWBY Chibi. I think it's so much fun. It's such a fun, break from all the seriousness of, trying to convey, all the emotion of what's going on in RWBY, the series. And so I think Chibi is just a really, we have a lot of fun with it. When I get in there, I laugh so much, and it's hilarious. It's just a great time.
And Pira. Yeah.
Kira.
I guess the difference about RWBY Chibi versus RWBY for me is that it's a lot more over the top. So, like, Yang is a very campy character in RWBY Chibi. So, for example, like, during the Red Riding Hood play that they did, she was just like, it's everyone's favorite grandma! And she's just, like, really happy and excited, almost to, like, over-the-top point, more so than in the show. So, it's fun to do those things.
That one was a lot of fun, because I had to actually, muffle and talk through my face whenever they dropped
I like the line where it was like, and then the wolf comes closer, and you're like, hey, get closer. Or, hey, come here.
Seriously, though, why not Zwei?
Why
It
not?
makes more sense.
Yeah, thank you.
I have a question that was tweeted at me from ABTV Rooster Team, the AfterBuzz After Show, and they wanted to
Hey.
know, was there an idea from RWBY Chibi that you loved that we didn't get to see?
Ooh. I don't think so, but we did talk about that before, how with RWBY Chibi we get to kind of explore a lot of the jokes that either the community has made, and some of them are directly
That's
inspired by
awesome.
comics that the community has posted,
Uh-huh.
or
Yeah.
it's jokes that we've made
I've seen
inside of
some
the
of
booth that they're like, oh, they can't put that in
For
actual
instance,
RWBY,
like,
but okay, let's put this in
they
RWBY
probably-
Chibi, that's funny. So
And,
I think every idea that we've had or seen has made it to the show.
Yeah. As a
Solid.
inspiration for Chibi.
Nailed it.
Let's take it over here.
Oh,
So,
I guess my question is it Team Ranger or Team Junior?
Ranger.
Team Ranger.
Ranger.
I vote Ranger.
Suck it, Sean.
suck
She's
it,
our leader.
John. Suck it, John.
My question's for Barbara. It's not really Ruby.
That's me.
You get $1 million, but every time you make a pun,
Oh, look at these two guys on the next free spot.
minutes, it's allowed to
It's about what? I need to know.
Oh, he's
On the
got-
edge of my seat!
The suspense is killing me.
Did someone turn off your mic?
That's hilarious.
Is it, try it again?
No,
I guess
We're
we'll
done.
never know.
we'll
But
never know.
Whatever it was, I'll take the $1 million. Are you walking to the other?
Beautiful.
To the other side.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Sorry, sir.
try again. You get $1 million, but every time you make a pun, everyone around you for the next 15 minutes is allowed to annoy you as much as possible, and you can't stop.
I
So
feel like that doesn't.
that's-
That's how
So
it
what
is.
you're saying is like get $1 million for what already happens in my
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
Granted, but annoying to the point that you just want to kill everything.
I would take it because I have the ability to not make a pun. I don't have to do it.
I'll leave that when I see it.
I've gone like 5 minutes.
One final thing. For Ari, does Seto Kaiba know that Blake has stolen his jacket?
Does who?
What?
Screw the rules. She has money.
No, she doesn't.
She does. It's a Yu-Gi-Oh thing.
I'm so not cool.
I'm a loser.
Yeah.
What is the most painfully British thing you've seen anyone do?
Oh my god, what? Really?
I saw old women at the airport knitting doilies.
Jesus.
Just waiting and
Christ,
chatting.
John.
Barbara, didn't the woman next to you offer you some
Sarah?
treats?
Yeah, there was on the plane here, there was a very cute British woman who was just like sitting in her seat all cute like and eating her snacks, and she like opens a bag of bonbons and she turns to me, she goes, would you like one, dear?
Yes.
And I
I've
was like,
seen-
oh, know.
Oh my god. That's actually
I don't
amazing.
take candy from strangers.
Your cues are painfully British.
I know supposedly you're not supposed to want to meet one, but I do want to meet, is it chav? Am I saying that right? A chav?
Chav.
Okay, cool.
Chavy.
If there are any chavs out there, let's talk.
Like, literally all the British I know is from Gavin,
Yeah.
which is probably a bad example. I learned what up the duff meant, which is pregnant, which I don't know how that works.
Sounds lush.
Yes.
Sounds lush.
Let's take it back over here and hope that it works. Or are we telling all these people to move over here?
Are we alternating?
Might need
Does
to.
the
Is
microphone
that
work?
mic working? The light decides.
Hey!
Ooh.
Nice cosplay.
Are you Yang or Jesus? No,
Jesus.
not to me.
That's
Oh, they cut you off again.
I heard
I got
that.
it though. I got it.
I feel like this is happening on purpose.
You can play any other character on your choice. Can we assume the end of the question is which character would it be?
Yeah.
Shocking.
Nice translator. I like it. I say it all the time, and I'm dead serious. Professor Port. Absolutely.
Nora.
This is muffled.
I'm not ready.
Let me open for your answer. I would want to play Cinder because I think playing a villain would be really fun.
Jesus.
Emerald.
Damn, man.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm tired. You don't know me.
I'm tired. You
You
don't
say
know.
you don't know me.
Yeah.
Words
a
are
defense
hard.
mechanism.
What the fuck, Aaron? This
Oh,
one.
hi. Hello.
Ruby Rose's
We know.
scythe?
No, crows.
Oh, crow's scythe.
Hey,
Crow's scythe.
secret?
I would
We
guess
don't know.
whiskey.
Yes.
Money,
Whiskey in the
yeah,
jarro.
money, you know.
We don't know, to be honest.
Size senior?
Badass. Is that a name?
I don't
Seagull.
think the writers have told us
Yeah.
any of the names of the new weapons for a
Seagull.
lot of different characters
Seagull.
too. So you, more than likely you're going to be
Seagull,
finding out
Seagull.
pretty soon.
Trade secrets.
A Reaper? Call it Reaper.
Oh, thanks. It's well the writers
I did
and
it.
mixed with Monty. Monty
Yeah,
had the ideas
Monty,
for all of
Miles,
them.
Carrie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it boosts us like
course,
more
thank you.
society because their eyes
Yes.
are kind of racist.
Smart.
Microphone
Yeah.
So I know that you've got a script to work off of. You've got plot points that you need to get from point A to point B. How much latitude do you have to go off script, make your own jokes, make your own puns, that sort of thing?
Have you met Blake? I don't do anything. Lindsay does a lot of
You
that.
sound like you need a hug.
That's true. It's funny because
Oh my god.
How very Ren of you too. So caring and considerate. The writers are very nice in the sense that they allow us to be somewhat a part of the creative process. So no, we're not in the writer's room with them, but when we're recording in the booth, if there's a moment, like, I like to ad-lib a lot because I'm a dork, and sometimes they're like, oh, that's really funny, and let's go ahead and leave it in, like the whole tuna line that stayed.
That's
that was
my
pretty
favorite. That's my favorite.
Oh, yeah?
Yep.
You like tuna
I read
line?
this for.
You do.
Yeah.
I like the kitty ears. That's pretty fun.
I feel like some characters are more able and inclined to make
Oh,
their
I
own
heard
jokes
somewhere.
and that
She
kind
might
of
have
thing, and
been
others not so much.
very whatever.
is there a plane taking off?
Yes.
It's ironic because the
Yes.
only
Yes.
pun that Yang says is written by Miles and Carrie, and I didn't want to say it at first. So I was like, this is not up to par. But yeah.
No.
So we'll see if there's any more. So far, no, but who knows? Thank you. Hello. Hello.
For me, first it was finding the voice, and if you listen to like Volume 1 versus Volume 3, they're very different, and I wish I could
Yeah.
re-record them. But we really didn't know what Ruby wanted to sound like whenever we first started the show, and we didn't know how much innocence was going to be in her voice. So finding the voice
Oh,
initially was a
goodness.
little bit difficult,
Whatever.
and now that I have it, it's fine to get into the voice, but if I go for a long period of time, my voice definitely starts to get a little tired, and I go back into Lindsay, and clearly I'm pretty, I'm a low baseline with my voice, so sometimes Ruby sounds like she's been smoking some cigarettes.
Jesus Christ.
Maybe she has.
I know
It's
we've
been a
said
tough
it
year.
A tough
I know
year.
we've said it before, but definitely, and now it's gotten a bit easier, but the fighting sounds, the efforts, the joke that we always say,
The pooper sex.
Yeah, pooper rough sex. That's the efforts.
Nobody knows what you're talking about.
Oh, they don't? Okay.
The efforts are the noises that you make whenever you're punching something or whenever you fall in and that kind of thing, and they always just sound really unfortunate.
Yes.
You're not actually doing
They
anything.
always turn red, apparently, when they have to edit my efforts, 'cause it's a lot of... and people, are probably already
Jesus
heard that.
Christ.
I'm trying.
I
Really, that was a fighting noise. I
No, that's
tried,
good.
but I don't fight every day, so I don't really know
Oh
what...
my God.
I think I figured out the formula. If you're sending a punch or attacking someone, it's a sex noise. If you're receiving it, it's the poop.
Yeah, that's true.
Jesus
Science.
Christ.
There's
This
a
is
science
Mind
behind it.
blown.
This is an actual discussion
Well, Blake is
we are having.
pretty just mono and
I fucking
chill.
love this.
And so initially, whenever she didn't say much at all, it was really hard to make her sound not just dead, basically.
Jesus.
So it took actually 2 goes to go into the booth and record something that sounded like a professional, which was really sad. They're like, all of this sucked. Can you go back? Yeah, okay, sorry. So yeah, that was really rough. Just because where she is was hard to find and make it sound like an actual person
Yeah, it's just
instead of just.
pretty much just Barbara.
For me, the biggest challenge is the fact that I don't change my voice to do Yang. It's just my normal voice. And so it's hard. Like, I find that voice acting is easier if you're doing a voice. I don't know how to explain it, but you could almost just, like, you're acting, so you're doing a different voice, but just doing your own voice, you're doing a character. Doing your own voice is almost like, well, this is just me, but I have to put myself in the mind of this completely other person
fair enough.
who's experiencing something I've
Oh,
never
fair
experienced
enough.
before. So that's probably the biggest challenge.
Thank you.
That's pretty great. Shit.
Hello.
Yo, what do you Chris says? Sounds like a Ruby. Something else
For us, there's still like a special place in our heart, I
What's-
think, for the first intro, and we still sing it a lot.
You girls in the
We walk around the office,
You
like,
know,
doing that,
I feel like
Like the first and the third.
that's the
To
character.
tie.
Yeah.
1 and 3.
Yeah, sorry.
Keep going, keep going. Great job.
The first one definitely has a special place, I think, for all of us, but
Goosebumps.
I have watched the Volume 4 opening so many times, and the more I see it, the more I love it,
too.
and I think it's the
You
most
don't-
anime
I
out of
watched
all of
that
them, which
movie
is like really
certain
cool.
times.
So yeah, I like the 4th one.
It's like, who's that? Who's that?
Who's that? Who's that?
Who's that? I don't know. Yeah, I do.
Thank you.
thank you.
Before we take the other question, I have another tweet from @ABTV Rooster Teeth. And speaking of Volume 4, there's a new visual style.
Absolutely.
What did you think when you saw it, and when did you see it?
Barbara and I especially like to creep on the servers that we have at work, so any little bit of progress that an episode makes, we see
are
it because we're nerds and we're like, oh, I want more Ruby. But
Well,
whenever
we
they
are
showed us the
critics, so-
animation pass, where we shifted over animation clients from Poser to Maya, so a lot of what you're seeing isn't necessarily a change in the style of the show overall. It's a shadow pass. We now have people who are just focusing on making sure the
Well,
lighting is
that's the thing.
proper and the shadows
It's
are
not just-
set.
I don't
So
know.
you're really seeing more
It looks different
definition.
because
And
of the
for us,
shadows
whenever
that
we
my
first saw the final
shadow
product, it
and
quite
my
literally
dude.
blew our minds.
It's actually a good
Yeah, I
thing.
mean, I saw it probably when I
people don't like
did my
nice
first
scenes or
recording for
whatever,
Volume 4,
Amazon,
and
but
they're like,
maybe
well,
that's
you
something
might want to
she's
see
doing.
something, and they didn't really tell me what it was. And I was like, oh, she
Damn,
has a
man.
new outfit. I just freaked out with the outfit, and I love that. But as far as the style goes, it's so clean and very
Yeah, exactly. I think that's great.
different, but in the same way, it's very fluid. And I think that it's something that's very anime-esque. I think everyone's really going to like that.
I didn't get to see anything until RTX, so I got to be excited just like everyone else.
Ah,
When it came out last Sunday. Yeah, Sunday? I was like, I'm like you guys. I don't know anything. No, it's so beautiful. I'm so excited. Makes me super proud of all the work that everyone's doing. I don't know if you can
Ruby
actually
is
hear me
great.
when I talk like yes, it was.
There you go.
I think I actually touched it.
Yeah. I also, the first time I really saw the new animation in like all its form was at RTX when we watched the trailer for the for Volume 4, and I like it wasn't even complete then, and then Miles showed it to me on his computer when it was done, and I just remember watching it, and I said this a lot, yo, yo. Yo, like over and over again. I don't know why that was my reaction. I was just blown away.
You were much more G-rated with your response.
Yes.
I think I might have said yo a few times with a few F-bombs.
Oh, for Fairy Tale, Cosmos. So for those of you who don't know, I do a character in Fairy Tale, the English dub, named Cosmos. She's a villain, and she's got huge boobies. Yeah.
Woo! Big surprise.
It's really fun doing that because that's like a character I've never played before. I have to completely change my voice, even though it still sounds like me, but I have to do a lot to kind of get that really like light, airy tone to myself. And just getting to do a voice for a dub is like a dream come true, and I never thought I'd be able to do that, so it's been awesome.
Keep doing it, Barbara. So much. Other awesome movies.
Sorry?
Ooh,
Favorite weapon?
I'm a fan of Ublex. It's pretty sweet.
Oh, Jesus.
His coffee cup.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can I be biased and say
Yeah, that's
Weiss?
awesome.
Weiss's weapon? Maybe?
Weapons? Is that was it? Yeah. Okay.
Trident.
Oh, yeah?
So cool.
I think Neon Cat's
What's
nunchucks
that,
are
Doc?
cool.
Yeah. The
Those
glow
are
stick
pretty fun.
nunchucks? Yeah.
Oh, and
Yep.
Nora's.
I also like a
Nora.
Neo a lot. The umbrella
Yeah.
fighting is pretty sweet.
Yeah. She's going down.
There's so many good ones.
Ha! Don't sound sure.
Adam and Neo.
Oh, wait. Adam and...
Neo?
Oh.
Adam is 95
And a half.
and Neo is 7. Yes. I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know.
I do not
I
know.
don't think there's an actual... I feel like maybe Adam's...
He's probably similar age, maybe like in like mid 20s.
23.
Probably.
And Neo is like 3,000.
Yeah.
Probably. She's a fairy.
We'll
That's
just
not
say
true.
they're
That's not
timeless
canon.
and ageless.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So between 7 and 3,000.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Are you dressed as Lil J right now? Oh, that's awesome.
Yes. That's
I'll
amazing.
tell him you say hi. Yes, you are.
RWBY is like inspired a lot of people. Have you ever seen like original characters?
Yes.
From like when they give them like feeling
Yeah, I mean, we look at fan art and stuff online all the time. We, search the RWBY tag on Tumblr and look on Reddit and everything like that. And we often see people create their own characters who have their own weapons and their own backstories. And that kind of stuff is really cool.
Yeah. There's a few other like original character creations that we've been able to send in like internally. I know some people have expressed interest in helping out with writing, like to Miles and Carrie. They've been
Velvet.
yeah, they've been nice enough to
Oh,
allow us
that's
to send in
custom.
some stuff. Like I sent in one. Maybe I thought a Rapunzel character would be kind of cool. Maybe she could like cut off her hair and become sentient and attack people. But maybe it does never
Jesus.
happen. But they're willing to accept ideas like that. And same from the community. We're always looking at new character creations.
Christ.
Speaking of Rapunzel, see you.
Yeah.
Great.
I've been creepily staring at you this whole time.
Thank you.
Neon Cat has roller skates. I saw you.
So I apologize when I cut you off. Just so you're aware.
Let's do it.
So is this last question? Okay.
Hi.
Hello.
So you get a script of Miles character. Has there ever been a time where you thought, actually this doesn't sound right for the character? It's obviously got such a strong link to it. Do you just go in their direction without question, or
There was one line where on the script, Weiss said bajillion, and I said, there's no way Weiss would ever say bajillion because that's not a real word. So I did change it and it was, billions instead of bajillion, but, little things like that I tweak. But I think, it's fun. For the most part, they really know our characters pretty pretty well. I actually felt really proud. There was an episode of Chibi, and I read it, and I was like, this doesn't sound normal. This doesn't sound like anything Blake would say or how she would say it. And Carrie was like, yeah, someone else actually wrote this script, and it wasn't Miles or Carrie. And I was like, I know these things. It's in my bones.
Yeah, I've never had one of those moments, actually. I think Miles and Carrie know the characters almost better than anyone.
Yeah.
So I completely trust their judgment, except obviously there's little moments like that where, you have different insight playing the character. But no, I've never had that with them. I think they do an amazing job at capturing the essence of who they are.
Yeah. For me, it's small line tweaks, same thing. I'm like, RWBY might not say it exactly like that, but I always try and read it once, like it is in the script, just so we have it, and then I'm like, okay, let me try this for you, and here, you can tell me how it sounds. And usually it's about like 50-50 for whether or not they keep it in.
Okay. Nice job, Nancy.
Thank you for coming.
Hello.
Hey, nice scarf.
Hey, what's up?
James Earl Jones.
Yeah. I feel like he would sound like he smoked too many cigarettes, and he'd have like a really low voice for no reason.
Hey, I'm a dog.
I want him to have Watson's voice from the RT recap.
Oh, nice. Watson from
The
RT
little
Recap.
tiny one, like that.
Or maybe like a
But
Hatsune
smoking
Miku
voice is probably funnier.
Thanks. I just love the idea of a tiny dog having an old man's voice.
Like a Zootopia.
Yeah.
The like fox, fennec fox.
Exactly.
I love that movie.
Lindsay, Cara, Crow versus Winter, the rematch. Who wins?
Sorry, yeah. You said Winter and who?
Crow.
Crow. Oh, well, Crow, duh. Is that even a
Winter?
question?
Agree to disagree on that one.
Kara's not going to talk to me for the rest of the trip. Probably Winter, though. She's a little bit more highly trained, in all seriousness.
I think
Yeah,
it would
Crow's too
depend on
drunk.
how
I don't know
much.
if he'd get the right strikes or not.
I think it would depend on how much Crow has had to drink that day.
He's
Barbara.
like that Mortal Kombat character though that like fights drunk.
Oh, yeah, the Drunken Master.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's got some tricks up his sleeve.
She would cut off his tongue. Been playing a lot of Mortal Kombat lately.
Hi. When you first found out about the ending of season 3, how shocked were you?
No.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
I was
we
like,
knew
Barbara's
for a
known
little-
about this for some time. I think a lot of us knew what was
Yeah.
going to happen before we even started the show. So we kind of braced ourselves for
Yeah.
impact.
The one thing I knew, the arm thing.
Yeah,
I
the
didn't
arm thing I
know.
didn't know.
Yeah. I knew about it since before I even started voicing Yang. That was just one of the character traits that Monty told me about that was going to happen. And if you rewatch the Yellow trailer, the line at the beginning actually talks about asymmetry and being asymmetrical. So it's kind of foreshadowing.
I got chills. I didn't realize that. Ooh.
Yeah.
It goes deep.
I actually realized that later. I didn't realize it first, so I'm probably
was
not.
incredible.
Actually, I watched that. I was like,
Wasn't ready.
shit, you're right.
I grew up about 15 minutes away from Funimation in Dallas, and since I've been an anime fan since like 7th grade, I always thought it'd be really, really cool to voice act, but I was trying to be realistic, and I thought that probably won't happen, get used to it. Then I started working at Rooster Teeth, and Monty approached me to do RWBY as he did the other girls, and I thought, like, holy F, I have no idea that this would ever happen in my life, and now we're sitting here with all these fans of the show that we voice for, and it's very surreal, and no, we never thought this would happen.
Yeah, I mean, I was the receptionist at Rooster Teeth, and Monty came up and had a crazy idea and starts talking to me about it. I'm like, all right, cool. Yeah, that sounds like fun. Like, that'll ever happen. And now here we are, and it's been amazing, and we're so grateful, and thank y'all so much for watching. And I'm like looking out going, oh my goodness, there's so many people, and I'm really nervous right now. So I hope y'all like it and have fun. I've always been in theater and acting and singing and that kind of thing, and to be honest, I never really thought about voice acting as a job. But it totally makes sense because I was always that weird kid making weird voices and accents and that kind of thing. And whenever Monty approached me with it, I was like, oh my gosh, why didn't I think of this before? And I actually was kind of decent at it. And now I go to conventions and go on panels with Nolan North and Troy Baker, and Nolan North knows my name.
No one knows your name. Damn, that's awesome. I was no North too.
Like with people that I
No
looked up
North
to, and
knowing
it's
my
just
name,
astounding
it
that
would be
these
fucking
people are like,
amazing.
oh my god, who are you? I'm new here.
Yeah, growing up, I had two brothers, so we would often make sound effects when we were just being stupid little kids. And I always liked imitating different characters and doing silly voices, but I never thought voice acting would be something I would do professionally, let alone for a show like RWBY that has gotten this huge. So yeah, it just came about because of Monty thinking of all of us for the characters, and then that has led us to other opportunities in voice acting, which has been amazing.
To have people say like you're a professional voice actor is something that we feel like we still feel like that's a misnomer, but I guess it's true now.
Still know how I got up here.
Thank you all so much for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
guys.
you guys.
Thanks.
I want to take a moment to thank ABTV Booster Team, the After Show at AfterBuzz, which returns Thursday, November 3rd. I want to thank you all for coming. Thank you to our guests. We have more panels. Check your programs. And they're doing signings, photos.
I like the house. Nice, fun.
Yes.
Some stuff to show you.
That's what excited to feel there.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you
Thank
guys.
you guys.
Bye. We love you.
Oh, guys. They're great. These are folks great people right here. They're good people. Them's good people. That was good. I always like panels like this. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. And you can find and message me on Twitter. And you can find and support me on Patreon, both of which can be found in the links in the description. And finally, for my outro, from my favorite anime reviewer, Jezo Otaku, sayonara, bye-bye.